Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. In the final of the sort of expansion of yesterday's Flash videos, we're going to take a look at why Kate Forbes' particular grind with Humza Yousaf is damaging the SNP in total. I think also damaging Scotland in total, because I would think that since you're going to be stuck with the SNP for a few more years yet, it would be better to have someone like Kate Forbes and get rid of people like Shona Robinson, someone who's obviously too stupid to do the job. And also, by bringing her in, it would perhaps, and again for the betterment of everyone, get rid of the Greens out of government. If when she takes over as leader, which is likely, or if Humza Yousaf had invited her into the cabinet, her price would undoubtedly have been get rid of the Greens. And he won't do that. He's a petty little man, isn't he? He's a petty, vindictive little man. And so he didn't invite Kate Forbes in because she dared to challenge him for leadership. What a tiny man. And I don't mean externally, but inside he's little, isn't he? He's a little man. Anyway, we'll take a look at this to see why she's been snubbed and why she really ought to be in there. Here goes. Now, before we get into it, can I ask that you do check that you're still subscribed? YouTube are still doing that dropping random subscriptions, and it's really annoying, but there's nothing I can do with it. So please do check that you are still subscribed to the channel. And also, if you are yet to subscribe, now's an excellent time to do so. There's a lot coming up. It's going to be a busy year, and we do have the election. You won't want to miss anything. So do hit that subscribe button. It helps us spread the word. Anyway, getting into this, Humza Yousaf's snub of Kate Forbes reignites the SNP Civil War as the Nat leader plumps for B Team. Now, I mentioned this yesterday about this Civil War now is because people on both sides of the divide, the pro-Kate and the pro-Humza, well, for the pro-Kate, obviously say she should be leader, but at the very least she should be inside the tent pissing out. But even on Humza's side, they're saying now, there's starting to be this manoeuvring now to say, look, you've got people in who aren't very good at their job. We know Kate Forbes is intelligent. Can we at least get her in and do something? Plus, of course, it would clip her wings and stop her from disagreeing vehemently with the party, which she's currently, as a backbencher, free to do, and indeed does. But with that sort of cabinet collective responsibility, she would not be able to do so vociferously, perhaps. Which is probably why, if she was offered it, she'd say no. But he should have still offered it, and that's the important thing. But he didn't, because the man is a moral coward. And also very petty-minded. But anyway, supporters of the former Finance Secretary are furious that she was not considered for a return to government after Michael Matheson quit as Health Secretary. Now, I will say, when she's got some terrible policies of her own, she is a nationalist and etc. So it's not as though I agree with Kate Forbes on anything like that. But I do accept at least that she's sane. She's one of the few sane ones in the SNP. And I think that, since you've got to have the SNP until the next election, can we at least have someone sane and sensible, let's say finance minister, rather than a woman with an IQ of 86 who hasn't got no understanding of the damage she's causing. Anyway, Humza Yousaf's snub of leadership rival Kate Forbes has reignited the SNP Civil War. Allies of the former Finance Secretary are said to have been left furious that she wasn't even considered for a cabinet return after Matheson quit as Health Secretary last week. He left to spend more time with taxpayers' money. Even some on Mr. Yousaf's wing of the party are understood to be baffled that she did not, or he did not, at least try and clip her wings, Mrs. Forbes' wings, by bringing her into government rather than act with freedom from the backbenches. Ms. Forbes was not even contacted by Mr. Yousaf about a ministerial role after Matheson finally stepped aside amid his iPad data bill scandal. He won't ask her. He's scared. He doesn't like, first of all, he doesn't like strong, independent women what don't need no man, because she will look him in the face and tell him exactly what she thinks. She has that strength of character to do that. She's not the sort that will sit there and make snide remarks from behind your back. She makes her snide remarks directly to your face. You are left with no doubt what she is thinking, which is nice and unusual for a politician, but she's there. She is undoubtedly an intelligent woman, which does make you wonder why she joined the SNP, because it does kind of put her in a bit of an elite position there. Her IQ is way above most of the others. Like I say, it's just a shame she chose what I would consider to be the wrong party. She'd slot straight into a Tory party cabinet, you know. Just outside of her views on nationalism, one only has to look at her views on social justice and on economics and things like that, and she would actually be, I think, a very good conservative politician. I say the same with Joanna Cherry. I think with Joanna Cherry, I think if she wasn't in the SNP, she would make an excellent Labour politician. Again, just based on her views and things. Another intelligent woman. You know, and it's just these very weird things that they have this one policy of, you know, independence over unionism, and that has decided everything for them. And I think it's limited their careers to some degree. Had they been in a larger party, they'd undoubtedly have done exceedingly well. But as it is, you know, they're struggling. There's no guarantee Joanna Cherry will keep her seat at the next election. You know, and there's certainly a lot of them that won't. It's all very up in the air at the moment. But anyway, it has led, getting back to this, sorry, tangent time, isn't it? Anyway, it's led to accusations that Mr. Yousaf has settled for a B team to lead his administration. Ms Forbes was narrowly defeated by Mr. Yousaf in last year's leadership contest, but allies reckon she would win a future vote easily. She would walk it. She would be so far ahead at the beginning that Humza Yousaf would probably quit to save himself the embarrassment of losing massively to Kate Forbes, white. And so, you know, that would be it. He'd say, well, I think time has come, I'm going to use this opportunity, blah, 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 and he'd quit. Because he knows he isn't going to win. He must know. Even he must accept in his, like, little nefarious brain that he's going to lose, surely. Anyway, despite stepping back from the front line, she has remained active, with many commentators believing she is positioning herself as Mr. Yousaf's successor. I think everyone sees that. Certainly Yousaf does. He knows. Everyone knows. She's the next logical person to take the role. She's seen as a uniting influence, and what's more important, a lot of the backbenchers like her stance on the Greens. They don't want to come out and openly say they don't want the Greens in power because, you know, but she does, and she says, no, if Chevy's got the leadership, Butte House is dead in the water, like that. And she's got the backing of a lot more people, I think, than is generally acknowledged, because a lot of them, especially the backbenchers, are aware that the Greens are costing them votes with their weird extremist policies. Anyway, one SNP backbencher, who shall remain nameless, quoted in the Telegraph, said, "It is insane not to pick the best team. By anyone's judgment, Kate is a major talent, and to spurn her like this just make Humza Yousaf look like he's bearing grudges. It would have been an olive branch which could have brought together and united the party, and instead he's picked a B-team clique while leaving an A-class player on the bench." Spot on, dead right. Like I say, not all her policies are right. She's got some dodge in the background. So there's some stuff there that, you know, is damaging. But if you're going to have, if they're going to be in power for the next 2.5 years, she needs to be there, and he needs to be gone. And above all, the Greens need to go. And the moment she became leader, the Greens are out. She cannot abide the Greens nor their policies. And it would be nice to have someone sane for a change, wouldn't it? Anyway, I shall stop there and round off, and we'll come up. When he became leader, he surrounded himself with that little coterie, that little clique of lickspittles and obsequious, fawning bumlickers, really, aren't they? They're all there, falling over themselves to bend the knee, kiss the ring, and swear undying fealty to Ali Baba, because they knew that he had their future in his hands. And within weeks, they realised that they'd made a mistake. They'd got a guy that was incapable of doing the job. He's not a leader. He wouldn't make his mind up. He won't stand up for anything. And he won't get rid of the Greens because he's lazy. He doesn't want to work to maintain government. He wants government easy, so he keeps the Greens so they can win votes, not fight for every position. He's a lazy man. He's a stupid man. And he's a very arrogant man. A man who thinks that he cannot have a political rival in the cabinet in case that political rival threatens him. And that's where he's really stupid, because he doesn't see that the bigger threat is by not having Kate in the cabinet. So he gets everything he deserves. He's a loser. He always has been. He always will be. I'll stop there. Thank you very much for watching. Do please hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, leave a like, leave a comment, please share the video, and I'll speak to you later. Bye.